Hi there, I'm Andrew, and this is another installment of Some Snowman. Thanks for checking in, and this is a special video conversation, or really just monologue. Special because it's for the common good, and it's for, or asked of me by my partner Anya, for her talk at the Common Good on polyamory. And she asked me to talk about my experiences being poly in Bowling Green. So let's do exactly that. First of all, I became polyamorous in June of 2010 and moved to the small town of Bowling Green in August of 2010. So that created a very, I would say, not a very difficult, but a somewhat difficult challenge, especially for myself. I'm an extrovert. I learn through experience and conversation with others, and really I didn't have that opportunity in Bowling Green. I had to learn only, conversation with Anya, but also reading and a lot of introspection. And there's actually a key turning point related to that later, but I want to be somewhat chronological about my experience of being poly in Bowling Green. So it started with me attempting to date at large, date people that I met in the town, in the bars, in the restaurants, on the street, at the coffee houses, friends, acquaintances, people that I met. And those people, just like all the people in the world, are majority monogamous. So what it was like is, I was poly, I knew I was, my partner was. Both of us had been with other people, sexually and romantically, and I would go out with my friends and meet someone, and we'd be hitting it off, and, before we would kiss, I would let them know, before we would kiss, or I would think that we might kiss, that I was poly. I would let them know that, and a lot of times it was over. There was nothing more. Some people would hear me out and let me talk to them about what poly was and explain the difference between poly and cheating, but most people weren't cool with it. And a few actually did date me, and for an extended, or even just once or twice, extended period of time. And that was great, but at the same time, though, poly-curious people or poly-friendly people aren't really the same as poly people unless they are serious about transitioning into becoming poly. And so we weren't really compatible. And one of the people that I had probably the most serious relationship with in BG, when I was only dating people that I met through life and not making a concerted effort to meet poly people, eventually broke up with me because she found one person to be with that just wanted to be with her. So that was sad, but it was also a learning experience. And the next big thing, and this video is for the common good, and Some Snowman is about the intersection between my identities, and one of the biggest ones is being a mystic, and the other is being poly. And Bowling Green is where I had my awakening. And that radically changed the way I did polyamory, because it radically changed the way I lived, because I became more intentional. I became more proactive. I wasn't so reactive. After I woke up, after I became aware of awareness, really, let me restate that. After I just became aware and was able to see my thoughts, my feelings, my actions, not all the time, but sometimes, I was able to harness my energy and be more intentional. So how that played out right from the get-go was, I was like, I need to meet poly people. And guess where they are? Most of them about 90 miles north in Ann Arbor. And that was one of the first things I did after waking up, was I went to the Ann Arbor poly meetup. So I branched out regionally, and I highly recommend this. If you're living in Bowling Green or in any small town in the United States and there isn't a strong poly community or any poly community, reach out regionally. So from Bowling Green, you've got Ann Arbor, you've got Detroit. There's a whole lot of poly people in Detroit. You've got Cleveland, they have a sizable faction, and also Columbus, and then the Dayton, Cincinnati area. Also Toledo has more poly people than BG because it has more people. So check out Toledo. Also, too, specifically, if you want to meet poly people to be friends with, get in contact with me or Anya. I don't live there anymore, but she does, and both of us know lots of, or a good amount of poly people that live in Northwest Ohio. So make friends, not just for dating. It's great to have important, and it's been crucial in my experience to have polyamorous platonic friends. And the last thing I will say about my experience that really helped me a lot was creating my own groups, creating a meditation group with Anya, doing talks on polyamory, hosting cuddle parties, hosting parties. This is a call to action for all of you there. If you're poly and you have friends, or even if you're poly curious and you think you want to be poly and you have a partner and you're not sure if they want to, but you want to talk about it with them and you want to talk about it with your friends, start a poly meetup in BG. This would make my heart sing. I would be so happy, and I could help you do that, help you with the steps on how to do that. So yeah, oh my gosh, a poly meetup in BG. This is some snowman signing off. Remember to dream what you dream, be who you are, and go in the direction of your greatest purpose, making love with love and making light with light. Thank you.